what the is going on here anymore. Look, I have a dog. What's a language you'd like to learn? I don't know, probably English. Oh, hi. Oh my God. My baby dog. I don't know. Does anybody remember the girl group Dream? No. Wait, is that their name? Forgettable. Running a country is very stressful. I was about to say special. What's wrong with me? Just because you had turned a year older doesn't mean you just get your ass eaten. None of this is funny. It's not that funny. Why am I doing this to myself? Oh my God, I have a giggle so bad. It wasn't even that funny. It's so sad how it hurts. I'm crying. Chongus hates it. Come back, honey. No. It was like silly or whatever. It wasn't that funny. But I can't stop laughing. It's so stupid.
No, I think definitely did kill himself. We saw a video footage.
Oh my God! I can't stop crying. Hi, honey. It's okay. He broke up with me for Aunt Jemima. I think Courtney just broke. I know. It was funny. Oh, Chongus, what's wrong? Can someone please? I was gonna say, I don't know anymore. What's it called? Oh, my fart cone. Hey, what are you, man? Oh, you guys. It was fine. What was I doing again? Poor kid. It was kind of his fault. I'm drinking my Coors Light. Kiss my husband goodnight. Then I got in my truck. And then I yelled out, "What the?" This ain't your typical honky tonk. So what I've gathered from this is that I don't know what I'm talking about. Yay! You guys, I realize I've been using the heating pad a lot, and there's a weird, when I have it on my back, it starts to feel hot in the front, but it starts to feel like maybe it's cooking my birth control. I don't know. Hopefully not. Anyway, I just started noticing it because I'm using the heating pad. I also have a chungus right here. because Cricket's on the bed, on the pillow here, and is not making room at all. And Chungus got upset and wanted down. So I have Choo Choo in my lap, and Penelope is on the couch staring at the front door. Not out the front door because she can't. No, just at it. I didn't ask any questions because I don't understand her. But that's what's happening. I have some peach mango. The timer on your ID popped. Googling Amish use for birth control, maybe also corn on the cob. I have bad news. If I have to cut the stream short, it is because of Cricket. But here's the thing. So I have this like breath freshener stuff that I can put in their water, but I kept thinking like it just seemed like the timing of anytime I would put that stuff in their water, Cricket would have a seizure. Well, last night I put the stuff in their water. Penelope was snubbing it, so I was like, ah, crap. Chungus and Cricket had some. Cricket had a seizure this morning, and this one was like really bad. Like she lost use of her legs for a little bit. Like not like for like an hour or whatever, but like the seizure was over and then she couldn't walk. And so I had to like hold her, like she would get up and like kind of act drunk. And so I'd have to like keep her from doing anything because she would fall off the bed. Not lasted like 10 minutes. So I freaking just threw the stuff away. Like, what's the use of this? If it's just going to give my dog a seizure. And so I think it's the like sweetener stuff in it that's giving her the seizures. Has that happened before? Not like that. Like this one, and it seemed like she was really like out of it for kind of a while. Like it was like an hour where she was just like. So it's just that like the timing with that breath freshener and her having seizures, it was like, especially since she's like been on her medication and stuff, like that's the only thing that lines up. So, and it's so funny but Chungus's breath stunk so bad last night. I brushed her teeth and then I was like, I have to give you some, you need this. You have to have this. So I just let them all have it. And I just thought like, I shouldn't even put this in the water. I should just let Chungus take a few sips of it or something. Cause I think something's going to happen to Cricket. And then it fucking did. Courtney, are you cold? No, I have my fan on and my heating pad on. Brooklyn's pooping while you're talking. Oh, yay! Do you know what's causing her seizures? No. Not really. The doctors don't even know. She just has to take medicine for it. But I threw away the breath freshener because it seemed like she's been getting seizures every time she drinks it. So. All right, let's say hi. Carrie. Brandon Booker, hi. Courtney's body cam watcher, hi. Frank, hi. Saw, hi.
Get away from me!
U-Haul, hi. Michael, hi. Yoda, hi. I hate having to find these sounds. I'm going to take away sounds. It's a pain in the ass trying to find them all. Garfield, hi. Courtney, you're 45 subscribers away from 1K. Yay, we got another one. We lost a few. They came back. We gained one more. I realized Mike is on Pop Culture today. Wait, what is it? Culture Wars? No, Pop Culture something. What? It's the Tim Pool show, but Tim Pool's not on it. You know what I'm talking about? And that Mary Morgan girl that was like this during the endure. That whole thing, like they do it. What is it called? It's not Culture Wars, because that's when Tim Pool moderates like two people debating stuff. But it's like Pop Culture something. And so I was thinking, like, what if people watching that, they subscribe to Mike, and then they watch some of those old streams, they see Pimpcast, and then they'll hopefully, maybe that'll funnel them over here. I didn't even have to do anything. Well, I mean, I guess technically I did at first. I mean, hopefully they will like really love my love for Dirty Love, the movie. We'll see. We'll double check tomorrow morning. They have thousands of people in that chat. Anyway, that was just what I was hoping for. What's up, Adam? Oh, sorry for that slurping sound. I was like, I didn't even realize how gross that was until I like. What's up, Andrew Thomas? And Ashley, you brush their teeth enough, they don't need it. Yeah, I'm just at a point where, especially for Chunga right now, because her teeth, like her mouth stinks really bad. So I'm just gonna have to brush her teeth like twice a day. And then I have to get on a routine of brushing their teeth at least every day. Because like when you're averaging like 1 to 2 times a week, it's just not enough, especially with like Cricket and the stuff she eats. And Chihuahuas need their teeth brushed like a lot. But this thing, her mouth, man. Pop culture crisis. There we go. Thank you. I didn't hear a slurp. Please redo. Oh, it was like. Something like that. Which Dirty Love are you talking about? The movie. Oh, I'm scaring Chongus. Oh, I really like. Okay. I was told that I'm weird for this. Like, this is not normal. Like, I'm not worried about being called weird, but I'm told this is not normal. When you have something that's like very flavorful. Okay. So the one thing that sticks out to me, the best example I could say is gum, right? So you put a piece of gum in your mouth and those first like 5 to 10 chews are like really powerful. And so sometimes if you get a burst of like the sugars and stuff from the gum, it could like shoot to the back of your throat and it like will irritate my throat, at least. It'll like irritate my throat. And I've noticed that like stuff like this, right? So like these are powder flavor things and you mix it in the water. I'm an influencer now. You mix it in the water, right? So sometimes the powder doesn't fully dissolve and it'll like coagulate in certain areas. And you like slurp it up and then it like punches you in the back of the throat. Am I the only person that experiences that? Like, is my throat just like very sensitive? No sensitive throat. Feel that for me, it's sensitive. 1988 or 2005? 2005. There's an 88 one? Hold, please. Wait. Oh no, what's this gonna do to my Google searches? Knowing Frank. Okay, it just says film. Oh, Yep, I knew it. Oh, God. Yeah, well, Frank, it's looking really. Flesh dance is what, also known as flesh dance. Flesh dance, but it's not prawn. Or if it is, it's your fault. Oh, I thought we were live in another 45 minutes. No. 6 p.m., not 7. Your time. Can we watch Flesh Dance in the Discord movie night? I don't want. I don't know if I want to be there for that. Flesh Dance. Courtney, what's the temperature there? Here in Kansas City, it's 95, but it feels like 104. It's in the 60s here, but it feels like the 30s because it's been so hot lately. Now it feels like it's freezing cold. I don't know how, like, what am I saying? This part of the year, it's this time of year and October. There's just like such a, it is difficult to get through. My bad for Googling it. Well, Frank, weren't you there? Maybe you weren't. Maybe you had stuff to do because I feel like you were there, at least for part of it, during Pimpcast when, so there's the part of the show where they have the guests like pick a movie that like one of their favorite movies from like certain time frames. And then whatever year that movie came out, they'll look at the list of the movies from that year. And I was like, Dirty Love. And then it was not on the top 100. And it was kind of funny though, because we were like, oh yeah, we have to like limit how much we talk about each movie because there's 100 on there. We're going to take so much time. And then I was like, where's Revenge of the Sith? Because it was not in the top 3. And I was like, what the hell? And then we got to Revenge of the Sith. And then we spent like 20 minutes talking about it. And then I had to be like, I don't want to be this guy because I'm having a great time talking about this movie. We can just end it here, but we actually should probably cut this conversation short. But then we never got to Dirty Love. And I was like, justice for Dirty Love. And it ended up being like 300 and some odd something ranked. Flesh Dance, 6.2 out of 10, currently has a better IMDb rating than Supergirl. I want to know, Frank, have you seen the 1988 Dirty Love? Choo-choo. I love you, choo-choo. Cricket. She is passed out. I didn't even take them on a walk because I was afraid like she would have a seizure during the walk. So I was like, well, yeah, just come say hi. Hi, baby. She's like still. I love you. My. Yeah. Oh, I love you, honey. I love you, sweetheart. Dirty Love, aka Courtney's prom night. I never went to prom. I also definitely did not do the dirty when I was in high school. What's up, Rooster? The can of worms that opened. Dirty Love, 1988 or 2005. 955. Douglas, Dauntless. Woo! Woo! Oh, somebody, it's not prawn, but if it is, it's your fault. Was that my fault? Can I get a Healer's Not Dead? I'm so glad the Healer's not dead. Healer's not dead. Oh. I'm so glad the healer's not dead. Healer's not dead. Oh, I'm so glad the healer's not dead. Just the claps. Just the claps. Right, we have to do daily bandle. Because you guys need an excuse. Oh, Red Hot Chili Peppers. It's 2002. Rock funk alternative. It's easy. It's Red Hot Chili Peppers. Wait, is it? Crap. Stop addicted to the tension. Pop off the break, the point, the pip, pip. Pop, protect the point, the wing, pop, 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 boop, pop, 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 pop. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Yeah. So according to the news, I might have a parasite. Oh my gosh. And even though my symptoms are gone now, they can come back until the parasite is gone. Oh my God. How do you get rid of it? How do you get rid of the parasite? Ashley the prostitute. Ashley has a parasite. How do you get rid of the parasite? The clue is cannot halt. Yeah? Ashley has a great parasites. Ivermectin. Yeah, probably. Yeah. Parasites suck. Yeah. This parasite, I think, is a combo of antibiotics. Oh. I have a parasite too. It's called the U.S. government. Oh my God, I hate that one. Dude, have you seen all the stupid, like, drama surrounding the Great American State Fair? It's the dumbest crap I've ever seen in my life. What really pisses me off is that, like, Washington State, our governor decided that, like, we weren't participating in it. What? I'm sorry. So all 50 states are going to be represented, and Washington gets just a bare space. There's nothing in there. What's wrong with you? So one of the congressmen from Eastern Washington actually went out there and did something very last minute to at least show like some type of representative. Of course, there's like Pennsylvania's looks so much better. I'm like, do you guys have John freaking Fetterman? And like yours looks like so good. And he's missing part of his brain. We can't have. What do we get? So it's all very stupid. And then, of course, everyone's just like, don't talk shit about my state. I didn't talk shit about your state. The setup is actually really cool. I like it. I mean, there's all like the history of the different like American flags and stuff like that. Fetterman's a good one. Yeah. People say that now, but I'm telling you, I don't. He still is missing part of his brain. But the display they have is really cool. I like it. The Washington display is just like pieces of cardboard with pictures of like the Space Needle and some orca whales. It's just kind of dumb. There's nothing like showing the actual like history of Washington State, like when it became a state and all that stuff. Like nothing. All right, here we go. We'll do 2 more songs. Okay, this was born in 1985. It's orchestral. It's very hard. Like some of you. John Williams. Is this him? What do you think? Okay. I don't think this is him. No, it's not him. Goonies? What the hell? Will Ferrell and My Marianne Husavik, my hometown Eurovision Song Contest? What is happening? There's a glockenspiel. Oh, shucks. Not him. Back to the Future? I don't feel like that sounds like something that would have been on Back to the Future. Indiana Jones. There's only one Indiana Jones song, and that one is da 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 da. See, told you. All right, Back to the Future. Oh, yay! Good job, George. Man, I gotta say, John Williams has some competition with this banger. Alan Silvestri? Yeah. Oh, now it's obvious. Well, yeah. I'm going to get a copyright claim. Okay, one more song. Oh, crap. This came out in 2001. It's orchestral. It's easy. Harry Potter. I don't think Harry Potter came out in 2001. This sounds like Panic at the Disco. Frank, Jesus. It did? Is this Harry Potter? Yay! Man, the only reason why I second guessed myself with that one was because I didn't think Harry Potter came out in 2001. But then, to be honest, I thought that the books came out when I was like 16. And that's probably because the movie came out when I was 16. So I didn't know about Harry Potter until then. I remember somebody like getting really confused because I was like, oh yeah, that book came out and I was like 16. And they were like, how old are you? What? And then it turned out like, no, I was probably like 8 or 10 or something. Oops. Yes, we got 2 in a row not knowing the song at all. Go us. Yeah, we just kind of just throwing spaghetti at the wall. I had spaghetti today. I need to make some more tonight. I love spaghetti. I almost just kicked myself out of the studio. Whoops. All right. What's happening? Oops. Oops. Hold on. Sorry. Okay, we got the Dorcas. Oops. I forgot to say that we were live. It's only a half hour in. Excuse me, internet.com. Please give me a tab. I was going to make lasagna, but instead making mac and cheese and hot dogs. Why aren't you making the lasagna? Excuse me. Sorry. Outvoted. Are you the head of the household? That's what I would say. I'm the head of this house. I'm going to have some lasagna. Although for me, the lasagna is, it'll take like 5 hours to make or whatever. Only those making a financial contribution get a vote. Penelope's out of your house. It's so true. I can't even use my heater. Like, who am I to say anything? My 9-pound dog won't even let me use my heater when I want to. That's crazy. I had tacos and pizza. Tacos and pizza? Huh? That's so much. A barbecue pulled pork? Yum. I had a Belgian waffle at the hotel before I left this morning. That was really good. Yum. 3 tacos and 2 slices of pizza. That is so much food. That's so much. I would probably start letting it out. Wow. Okay, anyway. Up. Brooklyn. That's funny. You guys see Brooklyn in the Discord? Whoops. Whoops. Ay, ay, ay. Hold on. No, that's not what I wanted. I just want... Oh, well. I hate how this works. I just want to expand the window. Look at her running around. She looks so cute. Gotta go. Courtney is live. Just got the notification. Look at her go. That's cute. I want a baby. Okay. Let's see her. Do we have... Oh, let's watch this one more time. This made me laugh so hard. We have to watch it again. Like that's not the note he was supposed to hit. Okay? I want you to understand this. Okay? Oh. Whoa. So I believe it should probably be like, wait. You know what? That is kind of hard to hit. Whoa, whoa. Yeah, something like that. Whoa. But instead he went, whoa. He just was like a little flat.
I ain't hurt no more.
I ain't hurt no more. Go. Which I hit.
Shake it fast. Shake it like a bag of money. Shake it. Well, that's so. Everybody one more time. Everybody, give it up for Kai.
Chungus is sleeping on my lap right now. Even though I'm like wiggling around in the chair, she is just passed out.
Give it up for Prince. Give it up for Prince. And the lady, the baby sister of the group.
Woo! She whipped her hair back and
All
forth.
the way from Princeton. Hey. Hollywood. Where you at, baby? Where you at? Hollywood. Yo, my choreographer is single and he needs a man. Badly. I'm Justin Smollett. Thank you so very much. I'm so glad to be here. Thank you.
Someone should throw tomatoes at this fool. I know fashionista, but are you supposed to wear a white beater with a shirt? I don't know. I mean, I'm no fashionista, but I feel like there was no styling here, like at all. There was no coordination with anything that anyone was wearing. The choreography was also not very good. I'm not a dancer, but the choreography wasn't very good. I'm like hardly a singer, but the singing wasn't good. They also, for content, check to see if he can sing. Yeah. He has like I think more than one album. Maybe we'll do a listening party on a member stream. Whoa. 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 I can't tell what note he was supposed to hit. It just wasn't that one. Oh, this one's so funny. I had to rewatch the video multiple times because somebody did a very good job at photoshopping in a Subway sponsorship. A gay black guy that can't dance. How is that possible? I mean, you know what? I don't even have a response for that because it seems very strange. What's this? A cow got loose on the highway in Oklahoma, so they called in a cowboy to handle it. Oh my God.
Get it. Stay on it. Yes. Yes. Are you on there? You got it.
Woohoo!
That is awesome.
This is not something you'll see in the city at all.
Now get the hinds. Get the hinds.
Oh, little guy. Is the cowboy sexy though? I need a close up. This is just so funny. That's the Polaris or whatever, right? Ooh, Ashley's sliding out of her chair. Yes, girl. I mean, I gotta say, it is pretty hot to watch them. Just like, woo! Lassoing about. Fire up the grill. Got a whole cow, baby. That's like a year's worth of dinner. Looks like kind of a baby cow, though. It looks kind of small. That's like a butt ton of food for me, though. At least 6 months. Yeah, it does look really small. The cowboys pulled up on their Porsches and roped the cow. Hurts. My friends on drive horses. Yeah, they practice thousands of times for rodeos and actually put it to practical use. Oh. Okay. Do you guys, I put this in the miscellaneous section. Do you guys want to watch a video? It's from Fascinating History. It's called A Brief History of Stupid Duels. We can save that for a meme burst stream. Next, he just needs a reason to ride a bull to complete his life. Frank says, yes, please. Cricket's still doing just fine. She's sleeping. Let's watch that. Sounds interesting. My friends all drive horses. Searching for a brief history of corn on the cob toilet paper. Okay. So we'll buy you some time with a quick little 20-minute video here for us to discuss the stupid duels. If it's a bull calf, it's a good chance it will be dinner. A heifer will have a job eventually and won't be dinner. Oh yeah, because she's gotta pump out the milk. But yeah, if it's a bull, then fire up the grill. Boop. Here we go. You ready?
Back in the good old days, people never used to get into prolonged arguments about unimportant minutiae on the internet. Instead, back in the good old days, people would literally fight to the death over pretty much any tiny insult, no matter how trivial. Duels are, alas, lost to history. But for hundreds of years and in dozens of countries and cultures all over the world, the idea of single combat as a way of settling disputes reigned supreme. And it was bananas. People dueled to the death in all sorts of insane ways for all sorts of insane reasons.
Okay.
Here, then, are some of the best ones. Today, we're looking at a brief history of the worst possible way of settling an argument.
Okay, listen, all I have to say is you better be right. These better be actually like the best ones, or I'm
The
going to be
duel.
mad. The duel.
First off, let's take a quick moment to establish exactly what a duel is. It varies from culture to culture, of course, but the basic ingredients remain the same. A duel is one-on-one combat in accordance with a pre-agreed set of rules used as a way of settling an argument and restoring one's honor.
All right.
Honor.
Honor.
That's a funny word, isn't it? What it means is kind of subjective, but basically your honor is besmirched whenever you think you're honored.
Bring this back to settle road rage. Some D-bag was honking at me earlier, and you should get out and have a duel. You know what? I agree. If you're like having a battle, like take the next exit and like duke it out. Make dueling legal again. Yes.
Is besmirched. Sometimes people would duel for legitimate-ish reasons. In the American Old West, it was sometimes used as a way of dealing with criminals. Legendary lawman Wild Bill Hickok is allegedly the survivor of many a duel with many a rampaging outlaw, including one where he prevailed by pulling the age-old, "Oh my god, look what's happening over there," ruse, then shooting the guy when his back was turned. Justice. But for every pistols at dawn between a good guy and a bad guy, there's a duel to the death over something absolutely ridiculous. Like when Lord Byron, not the famous one, but his great uncle, slew his good friend William Chaworth in a duel over whose estate had more birds. Or when famed astronomer Tycho Brahe...
Wait, they had a duel over whose estate had more birds?
But his great uncle slew his good friend William Chaworth in a duel over whose estate had more birds. Or...
I don't get it. Like they couldn't just count the birds, or he wanted more birds than the other one. So he felt he needed to kill him.
When famed astronomer Tycho Brahe lost part of his nose in a duel with a close friend over which of them was better at maths. These aren't exceptions, but...
These aren't good duels, okay? Who's better at math? Let me cut off your nose. That's not going to prove that you're better at math. It's a lame thing to die over. Yeah, just get more birds. They're flying all over the place. Just put a tree in your yard. You'll get so many more birds by the summertime. No counting, just shooting.
By the way, history is littered with ridiculous duels. Fatal or near-fatal duels have arisen from arguments about someone writing in the margins of a library book, someone's dog shaking water onto a woman's dress, someone putting on the wrong hat, over the result of a game of billiards, and over the correct spelling of a Greek word. And this type of thing has been happening for a long time. Roman Emperor Julius Caesar wrote about his observations of dueling in Germanic tribes, and then later went on to pioneer the incredibly unpopular 47-on-1 duel when he was stabbed by a bunch of angry senators. Since then, dueling has variously been made illegal, made legal, codified, made compulsory for military officers, made illegal again, banned, frowned upon, immortalized in song and screen, and codified again several times over in several different countries all over the world.
Okay.
It's only relatively recently that people have stopped doing it, in fact. Pretty much around the invention of the printing press, dueling started to drop off. Maybe everyone was resorting to angry letters to the editor instead. But that still leaves us with hundreds of years of rich and ridiculous dueling history to choose from. So, here are some of my favorite stupid duels. Don't agree with...
Are they going to be like more stupider than the ones we just heard about?
With my top picks? That's fine. Pistols at dawn. 1. Man v dog.
Okay.
It's murder mystery time. Picture the scene. It's 14th century France, and a much-loved local guy, let's call him Paul, has been missing for a couple of days. Everyone figures he's just gone on a really long walk, until the man's beloved greyhound starts acting incredibly aggressively towards one of his neighbours. Let's call him Barry. The conclusion here is obvious. Barry murdered Paul, and the dog 100% knows it. Case closed. Unhappy with this doggy-based judicial process, Barry appeals to King Charles V to let him defend his honour in a duel against his accuser. His accuser, in this case, being the dog. That's right, he wanted to duel a greyhound. The king, who had somehow earned the epithet King Charles the Wise during his reign, granted this wish. Of course, he came up with some rules for the occasion.
Yes, you know what? Actually, duels are unnecessary for the most part, but a rap battle would solve a lot of problems amongst people. Yeah, if you mess with my dog, it's over for you. You're done. Why? Okay.
Since the last thing you'd want is for a duel between a man and a dog to descend into a farce.
What's up,
The man was to
Becky?
be armed with an offensive club, while the dog was permitted use of its natural weapons.
I like that. It just looks like the dog has.
Never actually fought a greyhound,
tails.
but I guess they must be pretty fast and difficult to club. The dog won, nearly killing Barry in the process. In his desperation not to be savaged to death, Barry confessed and begged for mercy. The dog was dragged off him, and Barry breathed a sigh of relief, which was replaced with a sigh of despondency when he was immediately sentenced to death for his crime. Ludicrous. But apparently, King Charles the Wise was thoroughly amused by the whole silly debacle. 2. The 19-year duel.
19 years.
We'll stay in France, but fast forward to the late 18th century.
Of course, all these stupid duels are happening in France. I wonder why.
We'll stay in France, but fast forward to the late 18th century, the Napoleonic era. Dueling is
Okay.
illegal at this point, but that doesn't
All right.
stop it from being an incredibly popular pastime. Two generals, Pierre Dupont
It's illegal, but it's still a popular pastime. Okay.
doesn't stop it from being an incredibly popular pastime.
Just fighting
Two
each other all
generals,
the time.
Pierre Dupont-Latong and François Fournier-Sangiovese, in particular, absolutely love dueling. Side note, Fournier happened to be an excellent shot with a pistol. In 1794, he challenged a man to a duel and won, although given that his unlucky opponent had barely known which end of a pistol was the dangerous
Oh,
one,
no.
Fournier
Okay.
was roundly condemned as being not very sporting. This was compounded when Fournier went out to a fancy ball on the day of the poor fellow's funeral. Dupont tried to turn Fournier away, saying, "Do you dare show yourself here? It would have been only decent to remain at home, or certainly not to appear at a reunion in which you are likely to meet with the friends of your victim." Not taking sides here, but I feel like Dupont had a due point. Fournier didn't think so, though, and things got so heated that the pair were soon arranging to duel. The next day at dawn, Dupont drew first blood, injuring Fournier in the shoulder. Game over, matter closed. Except it wasn't. Fournier recovered from his injury and repeated the challenge a month later. Fournier won that one, injuring Dupont, who obviously insisted on another rematch.
Best
Both
out of
of
three,
them got
baby.
injured in the third and
Oh my
arranged a
God.
fourth to finally settle
All right, these guys are idiots now. All right, let's just finish
the
him.
matter. And so it went on. For 19 years. Indeed, the pair got such a taste for these little duels that they drew up
I'm sorry, they battled it out once a month for 19 years. Oh my
a
God.
contract stating that whenever they were within 30 leagues, that's 144 kilometers or 90 miles of each other, it would be fair game to try and kill each other. Or as they put it, each should advance one half the road to encounter the other, sword in hand. Over the course of almost 2 decades of trying to murder one another, they got to know each other quite well. Sometimes they would meet accidentally in bars and try to kill each other, but other times they would arrange to meet up and have a succulent Chinese meal before they got down to the business of
Oh, a
trying to
succulent
kill each
Chinese
other.
meal.
Sometimes, I guess, you just want to make a day of it. And, of course, history intervened in their regular dueling schedule. They had to work around the Napoleonic Wars and various prison sentences each of them served during their lives. But they always found a way. They would write to each other regularly, even congratulating each other on promotions. Check out this extract from a letter from Fournier to Dupont. "Accept my sincere congratulations on your promotion, which by your future and your courage is made natural, a mere matter of course. I have 2 reasons for exultation in this nomination. First, the satisfaction of a fortunate circumstance for your advancement, and secondly, the facility now vouchsafed to us to have a thrust at each other on the first opportunity. Eventually, in 1813, DuPont was considering retirement from the forces to give him a chance to spend time with his wife and 2 young children. He didn't want to jeopardize that with dueling. So they arranged one final meeting in the woods outside of town. This was it. The big one. The final battle. The showdown. The duel to end all duels.
I'm getting frustrated gay guy vibes. Yeah, probably.
Oh. It turned out that Fournier had an appointment with his tailor, so they had to reschedule. Anywho, once they'd sorted their diaries out, they met one final time. 2 pistols each, 1 shot in each gun. DuPont feared that the only way Fournier was going to give in was when he was killed. But DuPont didn't want to kill him. So he hid behind a tree and stuck out first a shoulder and then his hat. Fournier, an incredibly accurate marksman, shot twice, hitting both of these dummy targets, but causing DuPont no damage. Out of bullets, Fournier knew he had lost, so offered himself up for an easy shot. DuPont, though, did not fire. Instead, he made Fournier agree to an end to the dueling forever. The 2 left the scene and never saw each other again, and eventually, over a century later, Ridley Scott made a film about it. 3. The Naked Politician.
Naked politician.
Let's hop over to Britain now, where in 1806 2 members of Parliament were having a few too many drinks and playing cards together. During a game, Henry Barry, the 8th Earl of Barrymore, accused Humphrey Howarth of cheating. Howarth's measured response was to punch his accuser in the face, giving him a black eye. The Earl of Barrymore wouldn't lower himself to physical violence unless said physical violence was organised in advance, and so challenged Howarth to a duel the next morning. 4 hours later, the 2 men stumbled out to the meeting point at Brighton racetrack, presumably still feeling the effects of the previous night's indulgence. Word had spread about the duel, and so a crowd had assembled. It's not every day you get to see 2 MPs try and shoot each other after all. The atmosphere in the crowd turned from tense excitement to amusement, though, when Humphrey Howarth, MP, began removing his clothes. As he stripped, he explained. When he was younger, he had worked as a surgeon for the British East India Company, during which time he treated many people for gunshot wounds. He had learned a major cause of death wasn't the bullet itself, but from infections, which were often a result of dirty clothes that got into the wound. So, he had decided to strip down before the duel to save himself from infection. There's nothing like the sight of your local MP without any clothes to sober you up. And that seemed to be exactly what the Earl of Barrymore needed to see the ridiculous nature of what he was about to take part in. He called off the duel, and the matter was considered settled. 4. The Airborne Duel. When Monsieur de Grand Prix, yes, we're back in France, caught his girlfriend, Mademoiselle Turrevet, with another man named Le Pic in 1808, he was justifiably upset. The only way that he saw fit to rectify the matter was to challenge Le Pic to a duel.
I think this is pretty fair. I mean, but the only thing is that it just depends. Like, did he know? Did this guy know that the lady was taken? Because if he didn't, then I don't think that that's fair to have to challenge to a duel. But if he did, then yeah, challenge to a duel. Get the lady involved too. She should be part of the duel because it's her fault. That still works. Nobody wants to fight a naked guy. Yeah, once the guy is naked, it's kind of over. I don't want to fight you.
That was par for the course, as we've seen, but there was a twist to this duel. It was to take place in the sky, in hot air balloons. Technically, these were gas balloons that had been invented about 25 years prior to the duel, and the 2 men seemed keen to experiment with them. Mademoiselle Turrevet was a renowned dancer in the Paris opera scene, so you could imagine that she was an incredibly illegible bachelorette, coveted by many Parisian gentlemen. A standard duel just wouldn't do. Rules were to be drawn up, as reported in the Book of Days. In order that the heat of angry passion should not interfere with the polished elegance of the proceeding, they postponed the duel for a month, the lady agreeing to bestow her smile on the survivor of the 2. The plan was for each of the men to be armed with a blunderbuss. It's like an early version of the shotgun. And rather than aiming directly at their competitor, they would aim at the balloon. A successful shot there would send the opponent hurtling down to earth.
Okay.
Now is probably a
totally
good
safe.
time to introduce the concept of seconds in a duel. These are two people, usually a friend each for the two participants, that act as intermediaries. Initially to try and reconcile, but mainly just to arrange a time, date, and location, as well as ensuring gentlemanly conduct at the duel.
Okay.
Even stepping in by their friend's side if they suspect cheating. So, they need to be on hand when it takes place.
Okay.
So, when two people decide to duel in giant balloons way above the ground, their seconds are required to go with them.
Oh,
up
no.
there in the balloon.
Not me.
On the day, the balloons were launched from a Parisian park. Onlookers who weren't aware of the backstory would have assumed they were about to witness a balloon race.
I'm just telling you right now, I don't care how good of a friend I am to you or you are to me. If you're doing anything that involves heights, I am not your friend. I am not the friend that you want to ask to join.
They were in for a shock. When they reached the agreed height, the seconds handed blunderbusses over and the peak shot first, but somehow managed to miss. Monsieur de Grand Prix could have taken a moral victory at this point, but he chose not to. He blasted the balloon opposite and sent it to the ground with a frightful rapidity, according to eyewitnesses, who by now would have realized that this was not a race. Monsieur Le Pic and his poor seconds smashed into the sloped rooftops of Paris and were dashed to pieces, while de Grand Prix mounted aloft in the grandest style before descending safely. He and Mademoiselle Turrevet lived happily ever after. Or did they?
Did they?
Tangent here. This duel seems a little too silly to be true. And it may not be. It's widely reported, even appearing in newspapers from a few years later on, but around that time in history, newspapers basically had a free pass to make up clickbait about weird stuff happening in foreign countries. It wasn't like most people could hop online and...
I'll be your second, Courtney, but if we lose, I'm copping a feel on the way down. Okay, fine. I'll take you off my balloon second list. Really thought you had my back. I'm not good with heights,
Check.
man.
Did this story happen? I'm not sure.
If you want
But
to
just
watch
to
me
make
like
you
cry
aware,
the whole time.
This one might be 1800s clickbait.
Oh.
That said, it's
Whoa. So if you're not even sure that that one's real, then why'd you even add it to the list then? You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's unacceptable. These are the stupidest duels that happened, right? That's what makes them so stupid. If this is fake, if it's just a made up story, then that is not that stupid. It's just some like goofy story that somebody made up. Nah, I don't like that.
really not much more far-fetched than 5 trapped in the stagecoach. Let's go back to Napoleonic France.
My God, they're all in France. They're all in France. Except for the naked guy. That was in the UK.
Absolute wellspring of crazy dueling shenanigans. 2 colonels came to blows after Captain Barbier Dufay made a joke about the size and appearance of Captain Raoul de Vere's cockade. He mocked its small size, said it looked funny, and
stupid was ones that happened, not might have happened.
alleged that it had a weird general appearance. De Vere was outraged, and within minutes the two had drawn swords. I should mention, a cockade is a type of hat decoration. Anyhow, the two had drawn swords and duelled right there in the street. And from the very start, De Vere was basically hopeless. Barbier Dufay disarmed him once, twice, 3 times, and then a 4th, but De Vere refused to give in. So the 2 sophisticated gentlemen did the only sensible thing to do in such a situation. They tied their left arms together, armed themselves with knives, and climbed into the back of a stagecoach. Whoever was left alive after the coach had made 2 laps of the square would be declared the winner. Wild as this sounds, by the way, I don't suggest you try this as a way of settling a grievance. It can be absolutely fatal for not just you, but also your Uber rating. Anywho, the coach rattled off, the pair hacked away at each other, and by the time 2 laps were done, De Vere was dead, and Barbier Dufay was mortally wounded. He lived just long enough to declare that it was all worth it because at least it killed De Vere fairly. Brilliant. R.I.P.
All right, that's fair.
6. The sausage duel.
The inspiration of the Beat It video.
I'll finish with a light-hearted funny story involving
Yay.
renowned light-hearted funny man Otto von Bismarck. The
Okay, is this real?
minister-president of Prussia had clashed a few times with Rudolf Virchow, leader of the Radical Progressive Party in Prussia, prior to proceedings coming to a head. Virchow was a scientist as well as a politician, and his style of debate and reasoning was at odds with Bismarck's military manner. They were never going to get on. Things escalated in 1865 when they were involved in a debate about funding the Navy. You probably don't need 2 guesses to work out which side of the debate Bismarck was on. During an exchange, Virchow said, "If the minister-president has read the report, then I do..."
That sounds a bit on the feminine side. Sausage duel. That sounds pretty gay.
"Do not know what I shall say of his honesty." This got a chuckle from some members of the House, which rubbed Bismarck up the wrong way. He demanded satisfaction if Virchow refused to retract his words. Virchow did not retract his words, so the next day, Bismarck sent the challenge. According to the 19th century book, German Political Leaders, this is what happened next. "Oh," said the doctor, "a challenge from Prince Bismarck, eh? Well, well, as I am the challenged party, I suppose I shall have the choice of weapons. Here they are." He held up 2 large sausages, which seemed to be exactly alike. "One of these sausages," he said, "is filled with trichinae. It is deadly. The other is perfectly wholesome. Externally, they cannot be told apart. Let His Excellency do me the honor to choose whichever of these he wishes and eat it, and I will eat the other." Though the proposition was as reasonable as any dueling proposition could be, Prince B's representatives refused it. No duel was fought, and no one accused Virchow of cowardice. It says a lot about dueling that the proposition of eating a poisoned sausage represents one of the most sensible conclusions to any of the duels we've looked at in this video. Anyway, there you have it. Some of the most ridiculous duels imaginable. Needless fights over tiny insults that claimed tens of thousands of lives throughout the bloody progress of history. Just be grateful that we live in more enlightened times, when people have finally learned to settle their differences in a calm and measured fashion.
I don't think we do. I don't think we ever will, to be honest. I don't know what this is from. What movie? Wait, is it from The Princess Bride or is it something else? I wouldn't know. I don't watch movies. Whew, I'm so tired. Green Street Hooligans. I don't even know what that is. Should we watch that after we watch Flushdance? It's dirty love, Frank. Dirty love. Dirty movie. It just keeps getting funnier and funnier. Oh. Oh yeah. I'm actually kind of disappointed that that one duel might not have even happened. That's the only one that I'm going to fight back on. Now I have to have a duel with that guy because I don't think that that's fair that you put in a story that might not even have existed. Those were good stories though, I will say. And I do like that channel. I like watching their stuff. They do obviously they do really high quality videos and they do still tell a mean story. It was a bunch of hot air. Wait, I can't watch the end, but it is one of my favorite movies. You know what's funny? That makes me feel like every Judd Apatow movie. Like they're all good until you get to the end. But it's probably for different reasons than why you can't watch it. Because I can watch the end of a Judd Apatow movie. I just never like the way that they end. What's up, Tim F? By the way, you guys, we are $0 in for the stream, which is probably my fault. This might not be a good time slot for us as a family. You know? Who knows? It makes me sad. Oh. Boo. I don't like the way Judd Apatow movies end because it's just corny. Like, it's just, because they're so good, and they're like the way that the conflict is, the way that it just ends with like, and then everything ended perfectly. Like, no. These are very stupid characters who are kind of like not that great. Maybe end it where like they get what they deserve, which is not this. I'm so tired. I just got hit with a wave of tired. You know what I need to do? I need to go make some more pasta noodles and eat some more spaghetti and go to bed by 6 p.m. No, I definitely need a nap. I mean, if I didn't get I woke up early this morning and fed the dogs, and I started falling back to sleep. And I feed them at like, what, would you bang Seth Rogen? Are you insane? I wouldn't let him anywhere near me. Ew. Ooh, Charlie Hunnam, Hachi Machi. It's already past 7 in the real world. Well, it's 4. Hi. See if she does it again. Oh, she's so cute. Okay, come back to me, camera. Thank you. Eyes on me. 1, 2, 3. Can you just... Good Lord, this camera. Just a little bit. All right. I guess I'll adjust to you. No big deal. Yeah, Seth Rogen. He just... He's insufferable and so dumb. I saw this stupid clip. It had him, some broad I've never heard of before, Aziz Ansari, and fucking Keanu Reeves himself. And they were whining and bitching about how rich people used to put all their money into all these cool things like parks and museums and stuff. And rich people just don't do that anymore. And all I could think was like, you are the rich people. That's why they're not sinking their money into that stuff anymore. Hello? How dumb are you? You low IQ 1%er? You are the kind of rich person that needs to get the oblivion taxed out of them because you don't even know that you're the rich person. So let a smart person do something with your money, which, you know what? That brings something else up for me. Holy crap. Mackenzie Scott, Jeff Bezos' ex-wife. She got $37 billion from him. Yeah. She has donated $26 billion of her money to charity. And guess what? None of it has solved anything. $26 billion, and none of it has solved anything. we're told, oh, Elon Musk, if we keep taxing the hell out of him, then we'll have all of our problems solved. Oh, really? Yeah, when they're that level of rich, only billionaires become evil rich ones. It's sickening. It's freaking sickening. These freaking Hollywood elites need to shut the hell up about all of this stuff. You are so detached from the real world. You have no idea how normal humans function, but you know that you have nowhere near the amount of money as a billionaire has. And now, therefore, I'm poor. Because like Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, Travis Kelce is closer to having like the similar income to me than he is to having a similar income to Taylor Swift. Like, that's how much money she has, right? She's a billionaire. So like, yeah, I get it. Like billions of dollars is incomprehensible. That is an amount of money like you will never be able to wrap your mind around. Okay. So when you're in the millions, you're just like, oh my God, I'm like poor. Like people who make like $100,000 like make like almost as much money as me. I'm so poor. But like if I had $100,000 a year, I'd be fucking loaded. I'd have so much money. So these people are just stupid. Yay, Frank! Thank you for the $20. Yay! Thank you. Has anyone tipped you yet? No. My ability to pay attention is gone. That's okay. No, we're $80 away from Creve. A billion isn't what it used to be. All right, here we go. Yeah, healer tipped me $12.27. It just never showed up. Bush. 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 If Healer tips $20, I'll sing the I'm so glad that Healer's not dead song while butt bushing. That is my promise to you. I'd say I agree with conservatives more often than psycho-liberals. I feel like that's kind of like where I'm at, is that like, I don't even mean to, because I don't really like consider myself conservative. It's just that like the reasonable Democrats of the 90s seem to make the most sense, and like they don't exist anywhere anymore. Like at all. Yeah, come back. Where are you? Well, it's just like there's certain things where it's like we have to have a little bit of law and order here and there, but there's also other situations where like we need some more freedom and not so much government spying and overreach. Missing the open flap in the back. The unicorn ones. Wait, does this? No. I forgot. I have one pair that has the zip flap, but that we have to get past. We have to go past the butthole to get there. My chat before I said something to someone. Oh. Where is it? Oh, my views are pretty moderate. I don't agree with one party on every point, which to liberals in 2026 means I'm extremely conservative. Yeah, exactly. You know what? I was like wondering whether or not I wanted to even play this. It was just something that I saw that I thought was like kind of interesting. And I thought like maybe, a talking point. I feel like sometimes, if we're in too happy of a mood, like I don't want to bring this kind of stuff up, but we're on topic for this. So I think that let's just go for it, because we're not bringing the room down with the conversation. So I think we're in a good place. This is Mayim Bialik. I can never say her name right. I remember her from Blossom. A lot of people remember her from Big Bang Theory. This is from the FP Second Thought. I don't even know what this is. I just saw this clip, and as I was listening to what she was saying, I was like, dude, spot on, spot on, spot on.
COVID messed everything up 6 ways to Sunday.
Yes.
And also that's when that circle of right and left became like, oh, it's not polls. It's just a big circle.
It's just
because
a big
the
circle.
crazy people on the left sounded as crazy as the people on the right. It's also when, for me, I had to turn to free press. I had to turn to somewhere that was like, wait a second. Something's not making sense and it's not okay. And even like in my own home, I was accused of being a Republican, right? Yeah. Which, like, nothing wrong with Republicans. Yeah. I'm not a Republican, though. Like, I'm a bleeding heart liberal. Like, name it, I'm a liberal.
Yeah.
So it's like that right there, I think, is like such a perfect statement, because she was like, I'm suddenly being accused of being a Republican. Nothing wrong with being a Republican, right? There's nothing wrong with having your own personal views that work best for you and your family and your community in the city you live in, right? There's nothing wrong with that. It's just not my point of view. It doesn't work for me, in my family, in my community, in the city that I live in, right? And I think that's something that's so important that we all have to remember is, like, I've mentioned this before when it comes to like the trans bathroom thing, where like where I live, it would not make any sense. It would actually probably be quite terrifying to be like to going into a public restroom and finding somebody who was born of the opposite sex who's now in that restroom. It would be like, what is happening right now, right? Very small town. Everybody knows each other. And like, there's no, like, I guess in a way we're not very diverse or whatever. I don't know. It's just that, like, a lot more people are very respectful of those types of boundaries. So you don't really run into those kind of situations. But if I was in the heart of Seattle, if I was on Capitol Hill in Seattle, I am not going to enforce that thought or that level of comfort around there, right? That I would normally have, where I would just go into the bathroom and it's all women who were born women and all that stuff in the bathroom and whatever, not even have to think about it. If I'm going into the bathroom in the public restroom on Capitol Hill in Seattle, you better believe I'm going to expect anybody from any walk of life in there. And I'm not going to say a damn word. I know what I'm getting myself into. And at the end of the day, that's just that's what's going on. I'm not here to impose in that area, right? And I think people need to remember that, whereas like there's certain things that just make sense in certain areas. And if you don't like what's making sense in that certain area, go to a place that makes more sense for you and your family and your community.
The notion that if I questioned what we were doing about school closures, church closures, Black Lives Matter marches, like, I just wanted to talk about it. And even in my own home, it did not always feel safe. Right. When I said, I think it's time for Joe Biden to not be running for president. You've turned on us. You're a hidden Republican. And I'm like, to me, it is the most
Democratic
I
actually just have
thing.
2 eyes.
Correct. I have 2 eyes, 2 ears.
That's another thing too. Joe Biden, during his I would even say during his campaign run for 2020, but especially during his presidency, became a terrible candidate. Wouldn't you, if you're a Democrat voter, wouldn't you want the best candidate for your party to ensure that the person who represents your values the most is the one who wins? I would not want a bad candidate, right? I would not want somebody who is on a severe cognitive decline or is a laughing, bumbling fool. You know what I mean? Like, okay, yeah, let's just turn this to a fucking circus. No, you're running for president. Hello? Like, to sit there and think, like, this person is saying she's a bleeding heart liberal. She votes Democrat. And so she's looking at Joe Biden and thinking, that's not a good candidate. We need a better candidate. And she's being told that she's just like a right-wing extremist now. Like, that's just, I don't get it. Like, don't you want a really good candidate for the party that you are voting for?
I have 2 eyes.
Correct. I have 2 eyes, 2 ears. To me, that's the most democratic thing, to be able to say, we don't all have to agree.
Yeah. I 100% agree with all of that. And again, like, I would not consider myself necessarily a liberal or Democratic voter or Democrat voter or anything like that. But at the same time, I agree with all the things that she says. Like, you should be questioning things. It's just, it is crazy to think like how many like establishments and all of that were shut down, things that we couldn't go and do. People weren't able to go to church and stuff like that. But like, you're allowed to crowd around each other in any grocery store whatsoever. You were still able to go to bars. They were just closing at 10 instead of 2 because apparently it's does it get bad? That's when it comes out. The rules in the restaurants, and then also like all of the protests. Oh yeah, it was totally fine for people to be shoulder to shoulder in huge crowds. Like tons of protests across the country. That was fine, but sitting next to somebody from your community in church wasn't? That makes no sense to me at all. Because you think like in a church, a lot of churches aren't that big. There are like the big super churches and all that stuff, but if you think about it, a lot of churches really aren't that big. They're definitely not going to house as many people as were at all those protests, right? So you're going to this small building, has probably 100 to 200 people, maybe if that. Like I used to go to a church that was like, I don't know, it was less than 100 people. There was probably, my brain can't comprehend what I'm thinking. I like can visualize it so well. But I mean, it was maybe like probably 60 to 80 people, maybe more. I don't really remember now. But to think like, let's just say it was like 200. Because I do remember a friend of mine did get married at that church. And she had 250 guests. But they weren't always maxed out, right, during the church services. So like, let's say it was like 150 to 200 people. All those people I knew, right? I would see them on a regular basis. It would be very similar to like going to work. Right. So I'm like, okay, if I'm going to this church and I'm going to interact with these same people, the exact same people over and over again, how is that worse than if I were to be going to work where I'm interacting with like 300 to 500 people every day? What, you know what I mean? Like it's so, and the thing is like, that's fine to question those things. What's really important is that you get answers and appropriate answers. You don't just because you're questioning something doesn't mean that you're demanding change. You're curious and you want to understand. Why is this okay? Why is that not okay? Why is this okay? What are these rules? What are these rules for? They arrested a guy for surfing. Yeah, by himself. Nobody else was out there. That was the one thing, is like there were a lot of people you see pictures of and videos of where they were like getting citations and getting arrested and getting kicked out and all this stuff of like places where like almost nobody was at. And I remember seeing this girl, like the thing is like this girl, I used to work with her. I really like her. She's so sweet. But like, I remember thinking like, what the fuck is she doing? It was like right after everything was shut down. So we're talking like April, May-ish of 2020. And she was a photographer and she was going around like taking all these pictures of Seattle. And she was like, it's so cool. Like nobody's out there out here. The streets are empty. I have a place all myself, blah, 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 and all this stuff. And I'm like, why do you get to do that and nobody else does? Like, it really just blew my mind. Like, I just thought, like, you're telling everybody, like, you got to mask up and you don't go anywhere. And like, why? So that you get to take advantage of all the empty streets and whatever else? What the hell? You are the problem. If the way that we're solving things is that everybody has to stay home and you're the one who's running around not at home, you are the problem. So I definitely... There were a lot of people that I lost a lot of respect for during that time. Just seeing so many people that were, you have all these rules. You have to do this, that, and the other thing. And like, oh, I'm quarantining. And then like the quarantine is like going out and hanging out with people. Like, what? Yeah, I'm not, we're staying home on a hike with my friends. None of us are wearing masks. What? This is just like anybody else who's trying to just go do anything else and live their life. What are we doing? So I think that it's sad to me that that she was talking about the certain things that she was asking questions about, and everybody in her life was shutting her down. And the NIH finally said they were going to reopen the schools. The teachers union got them to reverse it because they were afraid to go back. That was the last bit of faith I had in the government. Yeah, shutting down the schools was a really bad idea. I remember Actual Justice Warrior actually was following this study that they were doing on young kids that were like in high school age, where they were like, it was like a brain activity study. And I don't even remember like the exact details of it, but essentially there's this like membrane lining around your brain. And when you experience trauma, it gets thinner and thinner and it cannot build back up. And they had these kids, this started, I think in like 2017 or something like that, maybe 2018. And then they had to skip 2020. And when they came back for 2021 to like get more scans, all of them had significantly thinner membranes around their brain that they can never get back now. And it was all due to them, the lockdowns, them being like kept away from being social. The only way they could be social was like through a screen. They weren't allowed to like go and have like human interaction. Oh, please no. COVID was a nightmare for us at work. Oh my God, I bet. I used to, my acupuncturist, she's married to a paramedic, and she was telling me about some of the nightmares going on. But what was crazy is that a friend of mine, her brother, I don't remember what he was doing, what he does at the hotel, or hotel, not hotel. What am I talking about? Hospital. And she was saying there was like so many things, like because they had to stop elective surgeries, or like some of them were like elective surgeries, right? Like there was like, oh, life-saving heart surgery. It's not an emergency, but you definitely need it. There were a lot of patients on that route that ended up dying, which is insane. But they were shutting down entire wings of these hospitals because they had to like cancel all these elective surgeries. And that was why so many hospitals were overrun, was because they were actually empty, but they weren't opening these different wards. Even though it was like, well, but we canceled the elective surgeries to free up all the space. What are we doing? What are we doing? But of course, like, if you're, a heart surgeon and now suddenly you're like, what, you're going to be an ER doctor now? Like, what is going on? But it was a mess. And I even had a friend who was running Airbnb who her biggest clientele were travel nurses, and their contracts were getting canceled. So she started getting suspicious, but I'm like, I don't know, because are they ER nurses, or what kind of a nurse are they? Because if you're a travel nurse, but it's for something specific, then maybe that's why their contract was canceled, and it has nothing to do with like the ER specifically, because it was the big problem was the ER. But yeah, what a mess. It was so bad. At first, all my patients were dying. It was wild, but it was so busy. The second wave of COVID was a mess. It's so sad. It's so sad. Oh my God, that had been terribly traumatizing. Yeah, I remember when my friend was talking about her husband would be stuck waiting in the hospital for like 4 hours until a patient could be seen. And so like, he's like, yeah, I have to make sure I can't leave this person here by themselves until they can like get a bed. Like I can't just leave him here to die. So like it was a mess for him, because like he was like, yeah, I could not take as many calls as I normally would. Because the hospitals were so chaotic. So there's a lot of stuff going on there. Like again, like with that, like having a couple of friends of mine that were suspicious about that. I'm like, I don't know though. Like I'm not a medical professional, so I don't know if you could just take somebody who would normally be there to be performing these specific surgeries that are scheduled, if they can just suddenly like switch a light or flip a switch and then like be an ER doctor. I don't think that's how it works. Like, yeah, you have to go through like a lot of school to get to the point where you're in your like specific field in that industry. They were once allowing us to tell people that they didn't need to go to the hospital because just because you had COVID didn't mean you needed to go to the hospital. Well, like to a degree, sure. But I mean, if you're struggling so hard to breathe that it feels like there's, like a monster truck on your chest, that's probably a good sign that you need to go to the doctor, right? Like you go to the ER. I feel like that's a sign. But if I'm just like, if I'm like coughing and sneezing and stuff or whatever, I feel like kind of sick and maybe have a flu. I've had the flu multiple times. Like if I just feel like I have the flu, like I'm just staying home. I'm not going to go to the ER. Not until I feel like ER symptoms. I've only had that once or no, twice. Broken arm, burst appendix. Everyone was calling with a positive test. Oh my God. They trusted us to assess whether they needed to go or not. Whew, that's a lot of pressure. Because that, like in the very beginning, that was like an absolute disaster. And that's a lot of pressure on someone to ask them like, okay, it's up to you to decide if they actually need to go to the hospital or not. What happens if, I don't know. A lot of them, it was anxiety. Oh yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Like, hey, here's some Quaaludes. Have fun. Like, pop a Xanax, you'll be okay. My sister got mad at me because I wouldn't take the COVID shot. She didn't talk to me for a while. See, and that's crazy too, because like by the time that it was available, you probably had it. If it was as contagious as it said that it is, probably had it. And so you're building up immunity to it. And yeah, that's another thing too. Like, get it or don't, whatever, like whatever works best for you. Like if you needed it or not or whatever. But like, I say that I've never had it, but I don't know if I have or not. So like, okay, hello. If I'm not getting that sick, I might like, whatever. Okay. If you feel comfortable not being around me because I might have it or not, that's perfectly fine. I don't want to spread it around. I don't want to give it to anybody, especially if you are like immunocompromised or anything like that. But come on. If I'm not running any risks for myself, then let me just like stay home and hang out so I don't infect anybody. Call it good. Woo! Treat it like any flu or cold. Our work forced us to get the 2 shots or risk not having a job. Ay. Heck no, techno. I don't like that at all. I can never. No. But I mean, I don't want to. I mean, I guess I probably have already said too many controversial things, but it's just. I really believe in what she was saying in that clip, though, of like, you should be able to discern whether like the presidential candidate for the party that you would normally vote for, like whether or not they're like a good candidate or not. Like you should be able to look at that and be like, oh no, how am I supposed to vote for that? This is crazy. You should do that. Hello. The fact that you would just want to blindly vote for somebody because they have an R or a D or whatever next to their name, that just shows that you're working for them and they're not working for you. They work for you. They should be begging you on their hands and knees for your vote. Joe Biden was doing none of that. He was just people were just voting for him. Just handed it to him on a platter. For why? They said the jab was 100% safe and effective. Complete lie. Yeah, well, my mom's dead, so there's that. After getting it. They're afraid to say anything that risked Biden looking weak, so instead they lie and said he was better than ever. It was embarrassing to watch. The thing is, like, if they should not have had him run for president that second time around. They should have just let Kamala Harris run, and that would have given everybody a better chance of like having like a real primary. there's a strong chance that she still would have been the one voted for in the primaries, just because that's how like sheep vote, right? But I feel like, who else were the candidates though? Who else was running against Joe Biden? Who was it? Kamala didn't make it past Iowa. Oh. I was forced to get it and I got COVID anyway. Yeah. Look. Huh. So effective. Am I right? Did you know that Michelle Obama was polling at 12% over Trump? She just didn't want to run. Yeah, I mean, she and Obama, well, she's also Obama. She and Barack have all the millions and billions that they will ever need, ever. They don't need to run for president again. She never would have gotten a chance without the bait and switch. Yeah, I think, yeah, you guys are right. I mean, I feel like there's like sheep will vote a certain way, right? But with how low her popularity was at that point in time, there were definitely other candidates that would easily have destroyed her in the primaries. Who was running against her? Hold on. Who I need to go pee. I'm going to do that. And you guys tell me who ran against her or ran against Joe. Who else was running as a Democrat? I don't even remember. I've honestly, I forgot most of 2024. Hold on.
I forgot that Jonathan Davis beatboxed and scatted in Freak on a Leash. Does anybody remember this? Go! That guy became a millionaire from that, by the way. Here I am doing that for free, and homie was getting millions of dollars to do that on stage every night. But like, seriously, how come we didn't talk about that more? Jonathan Davis is over here with his dreadlocks. And we just accepted it. We turned him into a millionaire.
Ooh. RFK Jr. Did he ran? I thought he ran as an independent, right? Or was he Democrat? I don't think he ran as a Democrat. Who ran? Ooh, that's not how you spell who. Who ran as a Democrat in 2024? Democrat primary results. Who the hell are these people? Joe Biden, Dean Phillips, Jason Palmer. And every single one of them dropped out. Who are they? Okay. Well, Marianne Williamson and RFK ran in 2024. But as Democrats? It's funny because like the Democrats in the 2020 election, there were like 57 of them, right? There was like Cory Booker, Tulsi Gabbard, Kamala Harris, Andrew Yang. Like I remember one time there was a debate and it was like, there were, I think like 12 people on stage. Like, oh, why are there, what is happening here? Ah, Would Courtney bang RFK Jr.? No. That man's old enough to be my grandpa. Plus, I can't tell what he's saying. It's so funny. Actually, I've talked about that. Like, I like him for the most part. You know, like I like that. I like that he definitely has a very like hillbilly side to him, where he's like, you know, carrying around animal carcasses or whatever, right? Whatever the hell he's doing. Like, he's got that very, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not necessarily Southern, but it's just like a country vibe to him. But he also comes from a very elite family, right? Like, his family is as close to royalty as you can get in the US. And, you know, he still is very much like I'm a man's man. And also, you know, I like a lot of his personal beliefs as well, right? Like, I like what he stands for, like really wanting America to get back on track when it comes to our health. Like, it just seems like the medical system has really taken a weird turn. And I like that he wants to get back to basics and like really wants essentially to stop poisoning us. And he really wants to understand neurodivergence and what causes it and how we can prevent it. And the thing is, I don't know why people get really offended by that, because like, I'm very neurodivergent, and I feel like that would be so cool if we prevented that. I don't really want to be neurodivergent. I don't like that I have a hard time paying attention. I don't like that I have a hard time staying focused, getting tasks done. I don't like any of that. I don't like that I have to take a pill to do that. I don't like that I have to do tasks to get that pill. That's crazy to me, by the way. What? I have to go to a doctor and then go to a pharmacy? And you know that's a battle. If you've ever had to try and get medication for your ADHD, you are immediately seen as a criminal in the eyes of the pharmacy for some freaking reason. Hello, did you not see the doctor's name on there? Do you not like give it a Goog? You'll find out that's a person. That's a real person with a PhD that is legally allowed to provide that piece of paper that was sent to you to fill my medication. But now suddenly you're treating me like I need to be arrested before I leave the parking lot. Why? So I don't want to ever have to deal with that ever again, but I really miss having medication for my ADHD. I want it back really bad. But I wish I never had to go through any of this at all. I wish I could just wake up and have the motivation that I have as soon as I take my Adderall. That'd be so cool. So take your Ritalin. I normally take Adderall, but I like that he's willing to look into finding out like how those things can be prevented, because I think a lot of people who struggle with different neurodivergence probably don't really want to struggle, at least at the level that they are. You know, like, hey, you know what? If there was a way that we could have prevented this, I would like to be able to prevent that for my children if I ever have any, you know? I know I would. I want a cure for autism. Yeah. And you know what? I think there are a lot of people who do want a cure for autism. Because the thing is, I don't think there's anything wrong with the people who have autism, but I think that in the world that we live in, it's very hard to get on with day-to-day life. I don't think that it's fair for people to feel like they have to rely on government assistance or on their family or whatever for the rest of their lives and can't be fully independent, because they're always going to struggle with like just working in their day-to-day lives. They're probably going to have to take more time off of work. They're going to be less likely to get more promotions, to again be making enough money to be more independent. Like, hello. Is their quality of life nothing to you just because somebody who is working side by side with Donald Trump is wanting to, find ways to navigate around this? Come on. Nobody is better off with autism. I mean, unless you're friggin' Elon Musk, worked in his favor, but not for everyone. This weekend is about to be wild. Oh, because we're leading up to America's birthday. Wow. Yeah. This is going to be nuts. The dogs are going to hate their lives. Ashley's going to be dealing with a lot of missing fingers. See, that's the thing that I think is so stupid of a lot of people is like, I don't know. I've heard a lot of very dumb stories about people like misusing emergency services, but also holidays are always there's always an increase in people trying to use the ER for some freaking reason. Like, why are you mixing alcohol with explosives? You have to be that dumb. In my family, I will say that's the one thing about my family is that we do avoid the ER as much as possible because we know that we're a bunch of drunks who do stupid things. So like you break a bone or you lose a finger, like you're going to get a makeshift cast or a tourniquet or whatever. You're not, we're avoiding the ER as much as possible. I have scars on my hands. Actually, it's really funny. One of my hands, I don't even remember which one it was because they're all wrinkly. Oh, it's this one. I found it. I have a scar, but it's like right on one of I sliced my hand. It was, I think, Memorial Day weekend. It was bad, bleeding pretty bad. My aunt made me a fake little cast with like duct tape and stuff. We never went to the doctor. We never went to the ER. 4th of July is our busiest day every year. Oh, that's just so annoying. Like, come on, Americans. You need to know how to work your way around a firework. Hello? What are we doing? You're American. Fourth of July is busiest and then New Year's Eve. Because of the freaking fireworks. It's just so stupid. If you're an American, you need to know how to work your way around a firework. Or we're taking away your America card. We're sending you off to the UK. Oh, that was a deep sigh. My little baby. I was like, we'll send you out to the UK. And Chungus goes, we are Americans. We should know how to properly blow shit up. Exactly. You should be able to know how to light off some fireworks, not get hurt. Yeah, I can't pass up double time and a half. Yeah. Woo. Oh, that's good money. That's good money. Yeah. Yes, I think I'm gonna go because I'm like really tired and I have to feed the dogs soon. In like a couple minutes. We got a good 2 hours in though. This is a weird time slot. We might have to maneuver this one if we're going to keep streaming on Tuesdays. So I might go back to trying to use Tuesdays as like a video day instead. What's up, James Evans? Oh, yeah. I've run out of things to talk about. Tomorrow night is body cam night. We'll have plenty to do tomorrow. Oh my God. Dalton. This is quite the question. Yay! hi. Oh yeah, Mike Harlow and Tugs are gonna they're doing a stream in a couple minutes. So head on over to them and say hi, and then right after them, it'll be Zia. So nonstop entertainment for everybody all around. Thank you, Saw. When I worked at one of the casinos, they would not pass overtime because of holidays, but if you called in on a holiday, they would give you double points. Interesting. I've seen someone shoot them. Ooh. Thank you for the $2, Morgan. Talk about something. What do you mean? What do you mean? I've been talking about stuff for 2 hours. And I'm tired and I need to feed my dogs. And then I hit page finding pool noodles. Oh, man. What's up, Mason the drummer? Do you play any of the Resident Evil video games? Oh, definitely not. No, I've played Oregon Trail, Maniac Mansion, and barely Punch Out. I'm not a gamer. I really just talk about some of the dumbest headlines that I can find in the news and watch body cam videos. Yeah, I'm not allowed to play video games because Healer hates it. It bothers him a lot. I need to work on landscaping if it's 100 degrees out. Girl, don't work on landscaping until it stops being 100 degrees out. It stays light out here until like 10 o'clock at night. So it'd be really easy for me to do like landscaping at like 8 p.m. Is that why he disappeared? He got really mad at me for... He got mad at me for playing Punch Out. Not doing a good job. Hey, man, you know what, though? I did my due diligence. I asked what the keys were, what I was supposed to do, how am I supposed to play the game, and no one answered me. So then I just was like, fine, screw it, I'll go play. Didn't know what I was doing, didn't know how to play. Suddenly I'm getting yelled at. You had your opportunity to tell me how to play the game before I played, and you didn't. So no one is allowed to complain except for those who didn't help. Took a few days off and you guys got hyper. Well, excuse us, but you didn't really take a few days off because we were seeing you in Zia's chat. So it was a fight over the word game. Oh, there was that too. We had to stop playing Poople altogether. You're not a video gamer? No. Off from this stream. But why? Were you because you got mad at me for playing Punch Out? Uppercut, body blow, body blow, body blow. I was just spamming the keyboard. I didn't know how to play. 8 o'clock here. It's 92 degrees. Oh, God. 7 p.m. here. It's still 95. Oh, okay. Well, you can do like the Germans and wear an ice vest. Yeah. You hear about that? They don't have AC in their hospitals or ambulances. So the medical staff are wearing ice vests and they're asking for people in the middle of an emergency to wear their ice vests on their way to the hospital. People are dying. Yeah, from the heat. And they thought, yeah, ice vest. You need your ice vest. I get it. Putting an AC in a hospital, that's a lot of work, right? That's a lot to do. That's going to take a lot. But I don't know. They could consider putting AC in new buildings that they're building. And also during the wintertime, they could consider at least starting to add AC into different floors and stuff. throughout each building so that their patients aren't dying. Because their patients are dying from the heat. Because, I don't know, in the middle of a medical emergency, it didn't occur to them that they should have put an ice vest on when they were asking to get treated. Like, imagine you're like, yeah, I'm having like heart palpitations. I'm going to put this vest on first. So now you're going to have to remove it in order to like do what you got to do. Like, none of this makes sense. Just get some AC. I wish Courtney had a switch so she could stream Animal Crossing. Europe they're flame retardant. In some cases, yeah, it's really funny to watch people fight about it online too. Because like so many people are like, yeah, just get some AC. Get an AC unit, whatever. And they're like, oh my God, that's so stupid. Blah, blah, blah. Like somebody tried to compare it to like the US not getting a train system that like goes across the country. People were like, are you insane? That's the minimum 3,000 miles of infrastructure, right? Like you have to like get an architect that's going to be able to map all of that out properly. And then you're going to have to hope and pray that when you're mapping all this out, that you have to make sure that you're not getting, going through like, I don't know, existing buildings, roads, so farms, you name it. So a lot of this, not going to happen. It's not going to work. It's not. You're going to end up having train tracks cut off in like random areas. It's not, it's going to be a whole disaster. We don't need public transportation though. Okay? Because for the most part, we have cars. And now I think that we need to like teach driver's ed in all high schools and stuff like that. Like I think that it needs to be like a program that's available to everybody because like you do need a car when you live in the United States of America. But if you go out to major cities, like bus systems work just fine out there. I took them all the time when I lived out in Seattle. So you aren't, well, I don't know about that. France is blaming the US for their heat deaths. Yeah, which is crazy. And then they're like, you hear that we're having all these heat problems and your first thought isn't, oh my God, climate change. Your thought is you need AC. Like, yeah. Like not getting AC isn't going to change the weather for you. Hello? Like you don't want to die from heat stroke. Just get an AC. Crazy. All right. I'm going to get to stepping. Mike should be streaming probably right now or in the next few minutes. He sometimes has tech issues that stop him from starting a stream on time. The Rockies and the Sierras are kind of in the way. I didn't even think about that. There's mountains that you have to take into consideration. How are we going to factor that in? Hello? China is trolling Europe by posting videos of their air-conditioned huts for their farm animals. Oh my God. He is. At least a notification went out. Okay, so Mike will be late and gay, and both will be very real. The notification went out. Okay, so Mike Harlow is live. Hello. I do not know how to use desktop YouTube. But I'm here now. Oh, I'm going. Oh, yeah, they're live. I'm so tired. And I got to feed the doggies. And Mike is live right now. And then but Meg is here. So hold on one second. Mike is live right now, and then Zia will be on in 2 hours. She should be. Say happy birthday, David. Happy birthday, David. Okay, we'll do a quick birthday song real quick, and then we'll go. You can clip this and save this for yourself for another day. Save this for your own birthday.
whenever your birthday is, okay? I haven't warmed up. I apologize. I'm nervous now. Happy birthday to you. This is your day. And on this day for you, we're going to love you in every way. This is your day, your day. Happy birthday to you, to you, to you, to you, to you. Happy birthday to you. You're still young. Age is just a number. Don't you stop having fun. This is your day, your day. Happy birthday to you, to you, to you, to you, to you. All right? Clip it, save it for your birthday, and then thank me when it happens.
I forgot to grab Chungus's birthday hat over there. You say happy birthday? Courtney was just saying when Bake shows up, I'm out of here. Yeah, I gotta go feed them. But go watch Mike, because he's live right now. And I'll be in the chat in just a few minutes. Pretty cool, but we could use some juicy smell. Oh, you guys are such stinkers. We'll watch that one more time.
I ain't hurt no more.
Yeah! Woo!
Like a bag of money. Shake it fast. Shake it fast. You looking like a bag of money. Shake it. Well, that's sure. Everybody one more time. Shake it fast. Everybody, give it up for Kai. Give it up for Chris. Give it up for Prince. And the lady, the baby sister of the group, all the way from
Go!
Hey, Hollywood, where you at, baby? Where you at? Hollywood, yo, my choreographer is single and he needs a man. Badly. I'm Justin Smollett. Thank you so very much. I'm so glad to be here. Thank you. I will see y'all next time. There'll be more.
Wow. Dude, what the heck is happening? Tell him, whoa, whoa, whoa. I heard no more. Please keep person on stage as shawarma. If this was free, I'd demand my money back. Oh my God. I don't get what this guy's making me. Yeah, that was whoa. So bad. There's just everything about it was so bad. It's just like the styling was bad. Like they should have at least coordinated outfits a little bit. And I'm sorry, but business slacks with a red belt and a wife beater just
It makes no sense. Don't wear that on stage. Don't. I don't know what you should wear. Don't wear that. All right. My God. All right. There's the link to Mike. Go watch that.
Every smile, every cheer. Now it's time to disappear. Oh, I will miss you till we meet again. Take care, my friend. My heart will stand until the day we start anew. Forever hold on nights to you. Walking out until daylight. City's glow turns into night. Hold these moments nice and tight. In my dreams you'll shine so bright. Every goodbye leaves a trace of a night we can't replace. Take care in every space. Till next time we will embrace. Oh, embrace. I will miss you till we meet again. Take care, my friend. My heart will stand until the day we start anew. Forever hold on nights to you. Only goodbye leaves a trace of a night we can't replace. Take care in every space. Till next time we will embrace. Oh, I will miss you till we meet again.